Hello YouTube, my name is Moodtrix. I am my rap career based off 50 Cent. Do ever feel like fabulous? I used to be a model. This is what my channel is about. Literally, it's light, kind of stand-up comedy slash Newgrounds. But the main reality is I was back in the days when we were making A&Bs like. And also I had a girl named Jacinia, aka Revy BM. Literally, when I went to go grab her ass, literally, I squeezed her cheeks to the bill. Literally, I called it a down script. I wanted her to be in this movie called Curse That Elephant Statue. Literally, with this guy, Goodbye, literally is running around trying to chase her ass. I thought it was a good, idea for a movie. My favorite comedian, Dave Chappelle, I wanted him to be Lord Subumafu based off, this Boomafu cartoon I used to watch when I was younger. I was supposed to make, the new, version of the hit show Naruto, and the main character is based off Goodbye. Now what was funny, literally, was I looked up Goodbye's name on the internet, it was actually an Indian company. The more realistic it was, the more I got into things like, porn, pre-Rai. Actually had a wife that was Pakistani, and also, I used to buy this, literally, shirts off of this guy named Al. Literally, I've been through the whole, happened the same thing. That's what happens when you hold on Newgrounds. What classical music is, I know what white people hide behind. The place was called Three Kings. And Al isn't like Big Al, which is the main villain, like literally, how their arcs, Dragon Ball Z. Literally, Big Al is the alligator, he's the first one to fight Gabaya. But let's backtrack for a little bit. What did my YouTube, evolve to? Originally, it was a parody channel that was based on the guy, Tim Charsaragu, who's technically Timothy De La Ghetto. Tell him a little story about, a friend named Justin, Justin the Fallen. What happened was I tried to make, my uncle Lily, the magician, the breakdancer, Uncle Stommy from the movie Brick House Bandit. I also had a character named Zap looking in the 1970s with two spikes hanging out. I used to be a big fan of, Zap Spell back when I was on TV. Now what happened was, I went to a little place called Alpha Omega, where you become a mainstream celebrity but don't pay for their equipment. And what happened was, eventually I got really into skateboarding, but there was more to it than that. I was a really good rapper, and the reason why I could fold like fabulous on paper, first off, do the ugly. That made, a reason why my channel has so much success, so many fans, because of Jiro's situation, what I did, the ugly thing. The ugly thing was a part of my journey, and that's how I'm able to, compete with people. It's crazy, my uncle knows people like Kid Rock. What I did was literally, I laid low, did the ugly thing, and then I put on my flow like fabulous. Besides being a rapper, my favorite rapper is, Eminem. I used to have a guy, a teacher named Mr. Pleasure. He used to always tell me how to get the breakfasts. I put his story on YouTube. So what happened was, I went to, a phase of professionalism that eventually became ghetto, but, I did something to even it out. I eventually became Vin Diesel, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. There's an Indian guy in street football league that looks like me called Hassan. Literally, so I use Hassan to piss people off. I used to also, work with a guy named Baker Boy, the Baker Man, so it was pretty funny. What ended up happening was I did versus battles like my PlayStation, my PS4. I fought this guy named Gom. Literally, Gom was just like me. He was a gorilla just like me. And what happened was literally he chose a cartoon called Justice League, and I chose I do a version of Yu-Gi-Oh where the guy had green hair, and I waited for one part to come up. So this is what happened literally while I learned how to hack like Vanessa. So I eventually became X-Men into Xavier. So the whole part of Moodtrix is this green, it's really strong. I mean, it's not green and ordinary, literally. So far, I have one album on YouTube that's a preview, which is Barcode, which is I got, from this thing of being hard. So, being hard and doing the other thing, and so I got my rap name and how I progressed. So, I was a big fan, my favorite character in part 1, Naruto, was actually Neji, and when you fought the Spider Guy, literally, that was my favorite. I lived my life through that. The last name of the main character of my comic book is Murioto. Goodbye, Murioto, based off Earth's Moody in real life, which is my first and last name. I also know a lot about Kolyoko, Yubi, I know that she's a Crip. I know Yugi Moto literally has something to do with her tut. Yugi is right there with my uncle in the movie. The main point about this video is that literally, Moodtrix is a pun, literally, it's a name flip on our channel. These comes, comedy videos, and local videos, stand-up videos, it's all that. If you want to know more, please subscribe. Literally, there's limited stuff that I can say on my channel. If you could support me, please, eventually allow me to get a Patreon. To listen to people like Coach Redpool, Lily Caraba, Big Town, that's how I got my journey. I'm also really good at sports and play Fight Night. Well, I learned how to hack, literally. I learned that some people live in Mandela, literally, it's all, through Newgrounds. Where I got the footage for this video, so please understand, this is Moodtrix, and I'm out.